Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'm going to be profiling for you my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for an update of this deck since Shining Victories came out, and here we are today doing it. The deck's completely changed compared to what I used to run for many moons for a long time, so because of all the new Blue Eyes support cards that came out. However, the deck is not at full power because we do not have Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon at the moment. The deck is kind of in this intermediate phase until we get Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Hopefully we get it in the movie pack or we get it in one of the mega tins later this year. But without further ado guys, I'll get into the deck profile, and I hope all of you guys enjoy this deck profile, and go Blue Eyes White Dragon. So first off, I run my 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, my original artwork ones. I've always told you guys this story that when I was a kid, I originally saw Yu-Gi-Oh! On the TV, and then I saw my friends at school playing it, so that night I went to Toys R Us. I picked up 3 Seto Kaiba structure decks, my brother picked up 3 Dark Magician structure decks, and I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's how I got into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've had these cards for over 11 years, really, these original Blue Eyes White Dragons, and they're some of the original cards I got into this game with. And for some odd reason, I used to sleeve my cards up when I was younger, so they're actually in pretty good condition. My dad always used to say, take care of the things that you buy, and I have to admit, I'm actually kind of happy I took care of these cards because I get to play with them still, you know, all these years later. But 3 beautiful Blue Eyes White Dragons. Next, I run 2 Spirit, Dragon Spirit of White. This card's very versatile. It's a normal monster when it's in the graveyard. It also can banish back row when it's special summoned. It's also another trade-in target. I've seen people run it as a 3 of. I think 3 of is a little bit too much, but it's a very, very good card. It can help you go for rank 8s more easily in combination with Blue Eyes White Dragon. So overall, I find that it's a very good card as a 2 of in the deck. Next up, we have our 3 Sage with the Eyes of Blue. I love this card's artwork. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh, it just looks so good. But this card can help search out your level 1 tuners. I do wish it had a couple of little of attack points, like 100 attack or something of that nature. But whatever. It's a level 1 tuner that can help you go for, you know, your synchro plays with your bigger monsters into like Azure Eyes and Spirit. But at the same time, he can help search out things like Blue Eyes White Maiden, Blue Eyes White Maiden, the White Stone of Ancients, the White Stone of Legend, and Effect Veiler, which is really nice. So he can help search out a lot of things in this deck. But he's very, very good. Also, the cool thing is when you have Blue Eyes White Maiden out in the field, you can pitch this card to the graveyard, target the Blue Eyes White Maiden, get Maiden's effect off, special summon a Blue Eyes, and then just do a whole bunch of combo shenanigans from there, which is really amazing. So it's a very, very, very good card as a 3 of, in my opinion. Next, I run the 3 Blue Eyes White Maiden. Blue Eyes White Maiden is definitely, in my opinion, a staple in this deck. At the moment, that is. I know a lot of people don't like her because they feel she is slow, she's not that good anymore. They like her running her as a 1 of or a 2 of. I like her as a 3 of, really. Always have, always will, but not just for the fact of that reason, but she's also a very integral part of the deck. There's multiple ways of targeting this girl on your turn nowadays. Be it the Sage with the Eyes of Blue, or be it Mausoleum of White, which literally can help you target your Blue Eyes White Maiden, get combo effects off, and just do a whole bunch of stupid shenanigans. So there's multiple ways of targeting your Blue Eyes White Maiden nowadays, so you don't have to just sit there and wait for your opponent to attack you and be a passive type of player. You can be aggressive with this card nowadays. At the same token, it can also be a passive card and be a, you know, stop your opponent for maybe a turn or 2, bide you a couple of turns even, because when this card's out in the field, you're telegraphing to your opponent, hey, you attack this card, you target this card, Blue Eyes White Dragon is going to come out in the field and kick your butt. Usually if somebody attacks or targets this Blue Eyes White Maiden, they usually have an out to it, but it can bide you time so you can get more combo pieces to go off with Blue Eyes White Maiden. It's a stall card, it's an offensive card, it's a multi-versatile facet card, so I definitely like it as a 3 of, in my opinion. Next, I run 2 the White Stone of Ancients, and 1 the White Stone of Legend. I know people like running 3 White Stone of the Ancients at the moment, and I definitely would agree with you on that if Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon was out. I like discarding and sending this card to the graveyard through Dragon Shrine or through Twin Twister, And one of my cool things I like doing online at the moment is when Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon comes out, you can activate Melody of the Awakened Dragons, discard this card, Special Blue Eyes White Dragon, from your deck on the end phase, and at the same time, you're searching Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon and regular Blue Eyes, so you can go off. So you can swarm the field better. But you really don't have a lot of outs if it's in your hand. You do have outs if it's in the deck through Dragon Shrine, Dark Matter, multiple different ways. But in the hand, you only have Twin Twister, really. So if you draw it, you're going to be sitting there going, this card's not really helping me out that much at the moment. Unless you have Honest in your hand and then you attack with this with Honest. Yeah, that's cool and all, but that's not how I like using Honest really efficiently, but whatever. It's a great card. It can help add Blue Eyes White Dragon back from your hand if you have a dead trade-in in your hand. So if you have a dead trade-in in your hand, you banish this, add a Blue Eyes to your hand, activate the trade-in, dig 2 more cards deeper into your deck. Also, the White Stone of Legend is very good because I like it as one of because you can immediately search you a Blue Eyes White Dragon if you have a trade-in in your hand. Or if you have multiple trade-ins in your hand, you just send this to your graveyard through Dragon Shrine or through whatever means you can, add the Blue Eyes to your hand, activate trade-in, I'm thinning my deck out, I'm drawing it deeper into my deck, all those nice little benefits. So 2 and 1 at the moment for the time being. I'll probably bump this card up to 3 of when Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon comes out, but not right now. 3 of is a little bit too excessive for me. Next, I run 2 Effect Veiler. Like I said earlier, Effect Veiler can be searched out through the Sage with the Eyes of Blue. However, do keep in mind that if you do search out that Effect Veiler, you are telegraphing to your opponent, hey, I have an Effect Veiler in my hand, watch out. You know, pretty much something of that nature. So you gotta be careful with that. Your opponent may try to, you know, dance around the Effect Veiler or bait the Effect Veiler out prematurely. So you have to be, you know, careful. But I do like the Effect Veiler in the deck because it is searchable and it's just a good hand trap. Yes, some formats it's better than others, but I do like the card overall. So 2 Effect Veiler. Next, I run 2 Honest. Honest is really good in this deck. I will probably maybe cut him out when Alternative Dragon comes out, but he just helps you run over things that are a little bit more powerful or as equal power as what you have. And it kind of makes some of your smaller Blue Eyes White Dragon cards be able to run over things in certain scenarios, which is kind of nice to do. So I definitely like the card as a 2 of in the deck at the moment. I will probably cut him in the future, but he's very useful because this is an all light based deck, and not to mention that a good chunk of your extra deck is light based as well. So Honest just doesn't work for monsters in your main deck, but also works for monsters in your extra deck as well. So really, really good card. Next, I run 3 Trade-In. This card is a staple card in the deck at the moment. You have 5 targets at the moment for Trade-In. 3 Vanilla Blue Eyes and 2 Dragon Spirit of White. So very, very good card. Helps you dig deeper into your deck. Next up, we run 3 Silver's Cry. Silver's Cry is very efficient in this deck for many different reasons, but the main reason I like it is because it's multi-versatile. I'm waiting for Gospel of Revival to come out. I think it is next month. I think it is sometime. But I even may run 1 of this card in the deck because the deck sends dragons to the graveyard like nobody's business, and you want to keep reviving those dragons as quickly as you can, to spam the board, to go for OTKs, to go for Exceeds, to go for Synchros, do whatever you want to. And the cool thing about this card is you can set the card, you can set the Spirit Dragon. So if you draw 2 of these, you can activate 1 on your turn, and then set the other one as a bluff, and then on your other turn, your opponent's turn, you can activate it. So I've literally done this card many times. Like my opponent's attacking me directly, I'm like, nope. Activate Silver Sky, Reborn of Blue Eyes, or Reborn Dragon Spirit of White to pop your back row, or something of that nature. So it's a versatile card. Do not discount that, and I may run 1 of this card when Gospel Revival comes out, but I definitely like the card a lot. Still a very good card, in my opinion, is what I'm trying to say. Next, I run 2 Dragon Shrine. This card's a staple, in my opinion, as a 2 of at the moment. It helps send your dragons to your graveyard and help you with so many different combo plays. So I'll just show you for a couple minutes some of the combo plays I like doing with Dragon Shrine. I can send Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard, Or you have to also keep in mind I can send Spirit Dragon of the white to the graveyard as well. After sending those vanillas to the graveyard, I can also send the White Stone of Legend to the graveyard to add a Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck to my hand, and then activate Trade-In, discarding the Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard now, digging 2 cards deeper into my deck. At the same time, you thinned your deck out by 3 cards, literally, and drew 2 more cards deeper into your deck on that same turn. That's very effective. Also, some other combo plays you can do is you can send the Blue Eyes White Dragon or the Spirit Dragon again to the graveyard, send the White Stone of Ancients to the graveyard, and then you can special summon from your deck a Blue Eyes White Dragon on your turn. Also, at the same time, which you can do if you really want to get cool and fancy with your plays, is by sending these vanillas to the graveyard and sending another card, you at the same time can set up plays for Soul Charge and Silver's Cry, which is really nice, or Gospel of Revival when it comes out. So you're setting up your graveyard for reborning cards back to go off on the offensive. At the same time, you're using your graveyard as a second hand. So it's very versatile for the different type of plays you can do. That trade-in play that I was telling you with the White Stone of Legend, I've done that play since gosh knows when, for 3 years now, and it's very effective, believe me, even today. Next, I run 2 Mausoleum of the White and 1 Terraforming. Just about everybody and their brother I have seen out there runs 3 Mausoleum of White and 2 Terraforming, or some ratio of that nature. Personally, that's a little bit too much for me. The card's a very good card. It helps target your Blue Eyes White Maidens, helps target your monsters so you can get their effects off and get them rolling. However, Mausoleum out of that aspect is really not that effective. It's a great card, but if you draw multiples of that card, it's going to be a dead card in your hand, really. I'm not running, Burst Stream of Destruction so I can use its other effect. Yes, I use the attack gain effect pretty often, more than I like to admit, but I do use it. But the main effect I use is to target my Blue Eyes White Maiden to get Maiden's effect off, to special summon a Blue Eyes and go off on combo plays. But if you want to draw the card, but it's not like the be-all, end-all card in the deck. You have so many ways of targeting your Blue Eyes White Maiden nowadays, along with this card and Sage of the Eye with the Eyes of Blue. So you have multi-versatile ways of doing it. I don't find that you need 3 of this card in the deck. It gets cloggy, and you can run the one Terraforming so you can search the other one out. It's just like with Sky Iris for Magician Pendulums. That's the theory I kind of went with there, but whatever. Wish this card was a holo. It looked really nice, but whatever. I like the card in the deck, but not too many of it. Next, I run 2 Twin Twister. You get so many benefits from sending cards in this deck to the graveyard. Be it Blue Eyes White Dragon, be it Spirit Dragon, be it the White Stone of Ancients, be it, where is the card? The White Stone of Legend. All these cards you can get benefits off of by sending Twin Twister to the, discarding a card with Twin Twister, blowing up your opponent's back row, and then getting benefits off those cards being in the graveyard. Blue Eyes White Dragon and Spirit Dragon, like I said earlier, for Soul Charge, Gospel Revival, Silver's Cry. You're treating your hand as a second. You're treating your graveyard as your second hand with this deck, really effectively now. You also can send White Stone of Ancients or the White Stone of Legend to the graveyard to get benefits off those cards hitting the graveyard from different means. So, multi-benefits from sending those cards to the graveyard. Twin Twister, amazing in this deck. And along with Spirit, I'll admit, along with this card's effect to banish back row, you're not going to have to worry about back row really that much, I find. It's very easy to get over it. Next up, for your 1-of spells, I run 1 Regeki, 1 1-for-1, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge is amazing in this deck. You can reborn your Azure Eyes White Dragon, and you literally can reborn so many different things. And if you reborn your Azure Eyes White Dragon, Azure Eyes is still going to get his effect off. So what I mean by that is I can reborn Azure Eyes the White Dragon with Soul Charge. Because he was special summoned, he cannot be targeted or destroyed this turn, and he's also blanket protection for anything else you special summon with Soul Charge that are dragon based. So yeah, really, really good plays there. I may cut Soul Charge with Gospel Revival coming out, but only time shall tell. I do like it in the card. Upstart Goblin, draw deeper into your deck. Who cares? You're smacking with Blue Eyes White Dragon. 1-for-1, you have so many level 1s, and you can get benefits off, like I said earlier, from discarding cards. 1-for-1's amazing in this deck. Regeki, it's a non-targeting card that can get over things, help you go for OTKs, FTKs. Just very useful, these cards in the deck as one-ofs. Next up, for traps, I run 1 Quaking Mirror Force and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Quaking Mirror Force is the card I know people are going to be scratching their head and saying, why are you running Quaking Mirror Force? Don't discount the card. It's actually a pretty dang good card, and it has saved my bacon more than once. So I do like it as a 1-of. I used to run it as a 2-of, but I just like it as a 1-of now. I want to run a couple of traps just to help my deck out. Then I run the Solemn Brigade for 2016, the 1 Solemn Warning, and the 2 Solemn Strikes. If you do have a 3rd Solemn Strike, I would cut the Quaking Mirror Force out, but I definitely like the 2 Solemn Strikes and the Solemn Warning in the deck. Very, very good. Helps stop your opponent's pushes so you can special summon your Blue Eyes monsters, your Exceed monsters, and just kill them very easily. So 2 Solemn Strikes and the 1 Warning. On to the extra deck, ladies and gentlemen, which is very effective. You really use it a lot. But first off, I have the legendary Dragon of White. I know you cannot use this card in, if you're playing, official Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments or, official duels at locals, if you're at locals or regionals or YCSs, you cannot run this card, okay? Let me emphasize that. But if you're playing with your buddies at locals or your friends and you just want to have a good old time, put this card in your extra deck and see how many times you can pull this effect off. I have actually pulled it off quite often to be, and win matches with it as a match winner. So just for funsies, put it in your extra deck if you're playing for fun. If you're playing, official or you're play testing for a tournament, don't run it. But if you and your opponent know, hey, can I play this card because I want to play it for fun? That's perfectly fine. But don't do it at official tournaments. But it's a fun card to play with, and I do get the effect off, and it's kind of corny. On to the 15-card extra deck officially. That was just a little card I wanted to talk about on the side. So for the extra deck of 15, cards effectively. So what I'm trying to say is these are the cards I run in the extra deck. That was just a card I wanted to show you. 2 Spirit, the Dragon of 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This card's very helpful against meta decks. At the same time, you can reborn so many. Tribute him to special summon off Blue Eyes Azure Dragon, which he won't get destroyed because of his effect. Even when this card's effect kicks off, it won't destroy itself. Also, some other cards I run. This can just help you reborn things and just do so many different combo plays. Also, other things I run for Spirit. I don't like him as a 3-of, I like him as a 2-of. Is Starter Spark Dragon and Michael the Art Swarm Light Angel. Starter Spark Dragon is because if you have Blue Eyes White Maiden out in the field, this card will not destroy himself because you can target himself. He won't get destroyed from Spirit of the Dragon's effect, which is really nice. Also, he's a light attribute that you can use with Honest. You can use his effect to target Blue Eyes White Maiden, get Maiden's effect off, special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, do a whole bunch of combo shenanigans. Michael the Art Swarm, you can use it to banish cards, and also it helps you go into combo plays with Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So sometimes you go for this. If you have a level 1, you go up into Clear Wing, and Clear Wing just can win you games right out. So Clear Wing, this is pretty much helps you out, but this also helps you out in that pattern there, I guess you could say. On to the other monsters we run in the deck. We run 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. People don't like this card. You could run it even as a 2-of. It helps you get around Dark Destroyer. Rank 8s I run. 1 number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrant, still a good card. Light Attribute, Light Attribute, Light Attribute. Honest, Honest, Honest. Like I said, Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord Heliopolis comes in handy as well. And also 1 number 32 Lancelot Dark Knight Underworld. You can attack your opponent directly. Also, for your, I guess you say your Galaxy monsters, 1 number 107, 1 number Galaxy Eyes Armored Dragon. You can use this card. You go into this, then you go into this to pop a monster by detaching, and then you go into Dark Matter because Dark Matter kicks ass in this deck and is broken. So guys, that is the deck profile. I hope all of you enjoyed this deck profile. I love Blue Eyes White Dragon, as you guys probably know, and I know you guys love watching this deck profile. So please leave a like if you love Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I hope this deck profile is hopeful and informative for you to build your own Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. And I'm hoping Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon comes out in the future, and I can't wait for Gospel of Revival. But go Blue Eyes White Dragon and go Seto Kaiba, and I hope you guys can leave a like if you like this video. Take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you. Take care and have a great day.